No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
People, sometimes you need a break away from the mold. Sometimes you need something that is going to challenge you, give you a little bit of a different experience, and just in general be a breath of fresh air. And I am so grateful to be able to talk to you guys today about the fantastic tale of Folklore by Sterling Cartoons, which, by the way, right here, as you can see, I got this really awesome graphic novel from them as well, aka manga volume. It reads like a manga volume, and this is one of the most high quality graphic novels I've ever freaking seen, where each page, the quality is like photos from, like, you know, photographs that you printed out at high quality. Like, it is really freaking amazing, very heavy, and it's only the first volume. Now, you're probably thinking, Fornev, what is this all about? What is going on here? Well, this is definitely a sponsorship video, but one of the really awesome things is, as y'all know, I don't really do sponsorships like that. They're once in a blue moon, because, and it's not that I don't get offers, like my Gmail is filled with different offers to talk about this, do that, whatever, but it usually got to be something that grabs my interest, something that I feel y'all could rock with, y'all could resonate with, or just in general is something unique. And that was something that really caught my eye with this, because initially when I got the offer, I was like, okay, I gotta vet it a little bit. I want to just see what's going on here. If it's not of my interest, or I don't think it's cool or anything like that, I'm gonna turn it away. But considering y'all know I read a lot of battle action, dark shit a lot of the times, like, yo, I be enveloped in just absolute pain and agony. I mean, look at this shit right here, ReZero, y'all know pain and agony right there. So something to break away from the norm, but still be an awesome and interesting series, an adventure series at that, is again the fantastic tale of Folklore, because it's an adventure series. And yeah, interestingly enough, one of the best ways to give you guys a small idea already off the bat of what it's about is the blurb on the back of the book. A musical beginning. Join Chu, Negitama, and Dawn Kappa as they embark on a mystical journey to restore music back into their silent world. Could Chu's dreams of becoming a musician finally come true, or will it become more than he bargained for? So basically, in a nutshell, this story, it starts off in a world where pretty much music is illegal. It is illegal for music to exist. Music has been wiped out of the world. And if you know anything about Fornev, you know I love anime, manga, and music. Music is a big part of my life. I listen to music as much as I possibly can. Getting a little older, it's a little hard to listen to music, which feels so relatable with this story as well. But music is a very big thing to me. So immediately something like music is outlawed, I almost look at it from a metaphorical standpoint with this story, that holy shit, is like, as you get older, you know, music kind of almost becomes outlawed, because first of all, you don't listen to certain things anymore, and you just don't have time. But again, maybe that's just a side note to me projecting onto the story. And the two main characters, Chu and Negitama, they're interested in music. They don't understand, like, yo, why it gotta be illegal and all that jazz. But Lord Sin, basically the king, the ruler of this land, say, yo, you try with the music, fam. You think you're gonna do it, and you're gonna see what's gonna happen. A blacksmith named Dawn Kappa has a shop that Negitama and Chu work at, and one day, basically, some magical creature named Boom shows up, starts playing music, and Chu and Negitama are having a blast with it. Again, if it's illegal, it's kind of like, you know, the forbidden fruit. They're indulging, and they try to hide it from Dawn Kappa, because Dawn Kappa's like an old, grumpy-ass man. He has a bad attitude about shit and stuff like that, so they try to hide it the best they can. One day, though, some guards that are going around the different villages looking for anybody that is having anything to do with music show up to Dawn Kappa's shop, and because Dawn Kappa don't know what the hell is going on, he's like, yeah, come on in. Oh, y'all just looking for, you know, music? We don't got none of that shit here. And yeah, Negitama and Chu get caught with their pants down, so to speak, because they are blasting music, having a jam session, so to speak. And that basically is what sparks our journey to basically freeing the chains that bind people from enjoying and listening to music. Down the road of this journey, because again, this is all within volume 1. This is a continued series. I'm basically giving you guys an idea based on volume 1 of what the story is all about. As the story moves forward and progresses, they run into different obstacles. They have like little interesting, quirky journeys, like really quirky and funny stuff that is kind of like, honestly, the story reminded me to a certain degree of, imagine like manga and anime meets Disney. Like, that's genuinely the feel I got from it. Like, I kind of wish that I could have experienced this for the first time as a Disney Pixar film or something, because it gives you that vibe of like, yeah, there's some story to it, it's enjoyable, it's a journey, but also it just gives you a more lighthearted feel at the same time, because the character designs, as you can see, one of them looks like a thing of celery, and the other one kind of looks like a blue and yellow Pichu or something, like a rodent or whatever. So it's kind of like some quirky little character designs, kind of cutesy, but then there's a little bit of a, if you just start peeling back the layers, a little more depth to it. For example, again, Lord Sin, the evil tyrant that is ruling over the lands and everything, it makes you wonder, well, what is his problem with music? Why does he hate it so bad? To the point where he throws, like, this dude is ruthless. He throws dudes off of his castle, off the freaking top of the castle, for basically failing to capture the people that were listening to music. Like, this dude is vile. I really like his character design. My favorite character design of the entirety of the story. He kind of looks a little sick. Like, again, he looks like a rodent or something like that. It's just an interesting design ultimately, and he's just a sinister guy. And to be honest with you, for somebody like me that likes music and you're trying to ban music, you gotta go, fam. And if you're worried about, like, maybe you want a little bit of action or you want some powers and stuff, there are some really cool stuff that goes down where Negitama and Chu start to advance. They start to learn a little bit more about themselves, get some power-ups, and it's a really awesome adventure, honestly. Again, like, if you want adventure similar to, without maybe some of the crude humor of, like, early Dragon Ball, it kind of gives you that vibe of, like, you don't know what to expect with this adventure. So many really wacky and insane things happen, so think of a bizarre aspect in a way of it, but I ain't gonna lie, I was really happy to get this on my desk and to be able to actually indulge, because again, when I'm reading all of these fantastical dark adventures, people dying and stuff like that, which there is a little bit of hints of that, again, people getting thrown off of castle walls and, you know, the big bad wolf showing up and blowing dudes down and shit, like, there's some darker aspects to it, but for the most part, it felt refreshing. It felt like I don't know what to expect with this story. It's cool where you have, like, they're using gospel music as a weapon to a certain degree. Like, it's really awesome. It also feels to a certain degree like a coming of age for these characters as well, because again, you're starting off where they're still kind of like idiots throughout the whole thing, like they're just funny creatures, Chu and Negitama, but you're seeing them slowly grow and develop and start to understand a little bit more about life as they continue on their journey, as they get these power-ups. And also Boom, the character that initially brings them into this whole thing, that was playing music that got them caught or whatnot. I like how Boom is involved in the story and helps them when it's absolutely dire and necessary, so that they don't get caught or they don't get, you know, just captured in general, but still allows them to grow. Like when they get to the swamp, Boom is like, okay, you know, I brought you here, go straight, but I can't help you any further, you're gonna have to do this on your own, and allows them to go through and face those creatures that are running after them. Boom is kind of just like a roadmap, a guide, so to speak. Doesn't necessarily give them everything they need, but points them in the right direction. And ultimately, if things is just so bad, then Boom might step in and, you know, deflect things or things like that. But I like that Boom isn't necessarily just giving them all the answers, allowing them to learn in the process, almost like a guardian angel to a certain degree. So I really appreciate that about Boom being involved. It's like, yeah, this way you go, but I ain't gonna bring you over there, you got to do it yourself. I'm also hoping we get a little bit more of the lore of the world building of Agworth, because this is an interesting place, right? If you got music that is singing from the skies, and in general it's banned at the same time, I want to know the history of music. What exactly did Lord Sin do to be able to rid the world of music? Why is he ridding the world of music to begin with? Is there something regarding the world itself that the music makes people feel a certain way? Is Lord Sin just a miserable person? Like, Agworth is very interesting, and I feel like there's definitely a lot of potential for some world building at the same time, while everything else that's fantastical around it is going on, because Agworth, pretty interesting. It seems like it's medieval at the same time, but then you get all these really interesting landscapes. Like, Agworth has a lot of potential, and I'm hoping that as the story moves forward with volume 2 and so on and so forth, that we get more of Agworth, because I like it. It seems like a fantastical, crazy, adventurous place that, yeah, we should definitely continue to get more. And it seems like we're getting some really interesting places as the story goes on anyway, because where Negitama and Chu, again, I keep on referencing the swamp, but that was one of the things that caught me off guard. Like, really, you gotta go through a swamp? But when they met up with that deity there, like, there was a lot of really interesting places in Agworth. Toward the end, in the last couple chapters, where they get into that whole oatmeal place where the bears are making oatmeal, but they don't got enough money, and they try to charge them for eating the oatmeal, even though they said it was on the house. The Lady Locks situation, there's a character named Lady Locks that she's unimpressed by anything. For a little bit in the beginning, I don't know why, I got like a Teen Titans moment where they were like captured by Mama and shit. Very different, because Mama was like sweet and innocent and hiding that she was kind of, you know, a creature underneath, while Lady Locks is just like, no matter how good this oatmeal is, I'm not gonna tell them that this shit is trash, it's putrid, screw you. And even though her guards is eating it and they're getting sent damn near to heaven because the shit is so good, she's like, no, in fact, I'm gonna kidnap you guys and you're gonna make me oatmeal for the rest of your lives, but I'm still gonna tell you it's shit. Kind of felt, again, a little bit deep, and if you just get a little bit beneath the surface of the story of, like, you know, unappreciative people in general. So like, it's giving you different almost life lessons throughout the story while you encounter each and every obstacle that Chu and Negitama are going through. It's like, hey, you have a lady that is like, you know, the big head honcho here in this place, but she doesn't appreciate no matter how hard you go. So maybe the lesson behind there is that you ain't gonna impress everybody. You gotta just keep moving forward. I guess some of the criticisms that I would probably have for the work is that there's a few story elements that could have been expanded a little bit more in this first volume. Like, for example, there's stuff where they got to get to the altar of truth. I felt like that portion of the story could have been expanded a little bit more. Like, honestly, everything that was in this first volume, I felt like they could have added more, and all of this story could have been into 2 volumes, because there's just really awesome stuff that happens, but certain elements of the story felt like it went a little bit quick, which, hey, you could argue some people, they like quick storytelling, they like things to go, you know, real quick. But yeah, there were certain things that I felt like I wish would have been expanded a little bit more. Like, you know, when they're going into the swamp and it's just like, holy shit, like there's certain elements that is like, this is really cool, I want to know more about it, and it kind of goes by a little bit quick. So that was, I guess, some of the bummers about it. But if you really want a fantastical event, you want a story with some wacky characters, honestly, one of my favorite characters, funny enough, is Don Kappa, which I wish there was a little bit more of him in this first volume. He's basically the grumpy old man, and basically he has a certain run-in with a certain somebody. Again, I'm trying to be spoiler free as I can, but basically with a certain evil person he runs into, and he gets the bag, so to speak, to basically be a traitor. So I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out in the next volume, because the way it ended off in the first volume was a cliffhanger, and Don Kappa's kind of interesting. Again, I love stuff like the power of like using the gospel music, and it's an actual power. That was something unique and a little bit different. And just in general, the whole idea of music being banned and these little guys, I don't know what you would call them, these animal creatures or whatever, going on this journey to liberate music from the skies and from this evil creature, Lord Sin, like, it's really fun and really enjoyable, and I definitely would recommend you check it out, because it got a little bit of everything that you would like from a story. It got adventure, it got suspense, it got power-ups, it got a little bit of battles. It has pretty cool art. The art isn't extravagant by any means, because from my understanding, this was like an earlier work from Sterling Cartoons, but the art is still pretty damn good. And again, I wish this was like a Pixar Disney film. Like, it feels like it needs to be anime and manga meets Disney Pixar, because that's the vibe that I get from it, and it was really enjoyable. If you would like to check this work out, again, The Fantastic Tale of Folklore, I will have links in the description below so you could check that work out if you want to pick it up. Also, I have links to everything regarding Sterling Cartoons. I highly recommend you check them out, because they got a lot of cool stuff. They're an up-and-coming artist, and if this story is any indication of the talents that they have in some of their other works, then yeah, you won't be disappointed. Definitely check out Sterling Cartoons and The Fantastic Tale of Folklore. I can't get enough of it, especially like right here, this design of the characters and shit. Really awesome stuff. Liberate music, baby. Free music! But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld. And as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy! Have an awesome day. Peace in, and yeah, people, check this out, The Fantastic Tale of Folklore, Sterling Cartoons, really awesome adventure. Have an awesome one.